Salve, salve família, bora pra mais uma livezinha, sejam todos muito bem-vindos. Kingdom Come, Deliverance. E agora... Isso é estranho. Será que a gente tem alguma poçãozinha aqui pra tirar cara inchado de cachaça? A gente conseguiu pegar a nossa primeira armadura de placa. Ok. Caramba, a gente tá correndo, hein, mano. Vai matar todo mundo aqui da cidade.
Why would I dob you in?
Look, just drop it, all of you. Gossiping about it won't do anyone any good.
You think I'll blurt it out to the first person I meet?
No, I just want to be sure nobody finds out. You never know.
God bless, and with you.
Pera aí, família, ele só responder aqui. Aí eu abri live que os caras começam a mandar mensagem. Tem um cara que a gente queria falar com ele, cadê ele? Nossa, eu coloquei umas perks de correr rápido. A gente tá correndo agora, hein, mano. Acho que é esse cara aqui, não é?
I'd like to report an ambush. Some scoundrels attacked my lord's retinue and killed our men.
That's a serious matter. Where is your lord?
Well, he left.
I don't understand why he's not lodging a complaint himself, and why not directly at the castle. He has that right as a lord.
It's a long story. My lord got very angry and then went missing.
Sorry, fella, but I'm not sure whether you're making it up or lying to me. But if you were telling the truth, why don't you bring your lord here and we can talk it all over calmly? I'm sorry, lad, but until then, I've got more important things to do.
I need to speak with Sir Otto.
With the Royal Chamberlain? Are you yanking my official pizzle?
Why not?
I'd like to talk to him too, boy, but he's still in Prague. He's hardly ever here. Chamberlain Ulrich is in charge of things.
And where do I find him?
Where do you think? Up in the castle.
But they won't let me in there.
What do you want me to do about it? That's your problem. I'm not going to put in a word for you. I hardly know you.
Excuse me, I'm looking for the man who was in the pillory with me yesterday. Have you seen him?
I can't help you with that. You'll have to find him yourself.
I'd like to buy something. Where can I find some merchants around here?
If it's at your best bet.
What's new in the county, Master Bailiff?
I heard something's going on in Takov again. Project the Innkeeper is probably coming up with some mischief to pull on the Zelievites. Will they never cut it out? Their bickering is making work for me. And now I've been visited by one of the local peasants. He said he found more fresh graves behind his field, just below the village, along the road to Nabokov.
I've seen those. You talk like this isn't the first time.
That we found someone buried here? Don't even ask. I've been digging up bodies ever since that bandit gang started running rampant. Most of them are von Burgo's men. Also, if it wasn't bad enough that gang of bandits is rampaging through the region, now someone's stealing cabbage from the peasants. What a disaster.
Cabbage?
Aye, and the peasants won't stop bugging me about it. I was just visited by a peasant from Jadar. He's been Say, do I really have to do this? Do I have the time to look for some moron stealing cabbages? And that's about it.
That sounds interesting. Thank you. What's new in...
I was just visited by one of the local... He said he found more fresh graves behind his field.
I've seen those. You talk like...
That we found someone buried here. Don't even... I've been digging up bodies ever since that bandit gang stopped. And that's about...
That sounds interesting. What's new, babe?
Nothing special. It's peaceful. Well, that...
And what happened?
What do you think? It started and then... Oh, but...
I...
Ok. Depois de trabalho sujo logo, agora tava suave até agora. Aí eu entro pra poder fazer live. Começa. Bom, depois de tudo que o cara falou, a gente vai ver como que tá o cara que a gente matou lá. Como que a galera tá reagindo, porque a gente matou um cara aqui.
You shouldn't be out here all alone like this.
You shouldn't be bothering us here.
Erraram o cara? Mas não, ninguém no lugar do cara? Que horas são? 19 horas.
You have a kind master, eh? Much?
Oh.
Are you in need?
What's the meaning of this? Tell me.
Oh, it's you. Sorry. Keep close to others. It's not safe here.
Ah, é, meu carinha virou um velocista, mano.
Be careful. God is punishing us.
That turns up the black file and makes you ill. You've been playing around with Miller Crazel again, haven't you? And what if I have? He may be a bit odd.
What is it, you scoundrel?
Show me your wares.
Caralho, que essa vagabunda tá me tratando desse jeito?
Maybe next time, then.
Do it, did you? Laugh all you like. But if I told you they
I
gave
ran into
3
Agnes
times as
today.
much milk
That
afterwards,
girl
you
is
still
just
wouldn't be impressed, would you?
Wait, really?
Aye. Aye. Take my advice and go and pickle some cabbage, friend.
Married off into a noble family.
I hear it's going to be big, and that Lord Semine bought a mountain of stuff for it. So much food and drink.
I was talking to Bartoszek about the clothes he made. Greetings. Do you need something?
What's the latest news, innkeeper?
Nothing much, fortunately. And I hope it stays that way.
Porra.
And with you.
Good day to you, friend. Greetings to you, too.
Can I spend the night here?
Not a chance. Move along, you vagabond.
Be with you.
God be with you. Hey! Where's that beer?
Certainly.
No great loss.
Farewell.
You silly doggy.
Greetings to you, too.
This one.
Ah, here you are. You're...
All right.
Now,
All right.
in that... That's that. And now, off you go.
What?
I'm watching you. Are you really gonna make me look for you? And for something so stupid, no less.
Ah, esqueci.
Photos and wonderful.
Tinha como dormir aqui? Eu já sei onde eu posso dormir. Tem uma casa aqui que ela é minha. Eu posso dormir a hora que eu quiser lá. Quem tá acompanhando a história já sabe onde é. Aceitar a paz aqui. Quer ver, família? Ó, quem lembra da história? O Roman foi morto. Esqueceram? Quase agora. Acho que ele é nessa casa aqui, não é? É. É nessa casa aqui. Não, lá pro fundo. Era aqui, é. Mas tinha uma entrada aqui, ó. O cara não vai voltar porque ele tá morto. Quem que vai entrar aqui sendo que tá trancado e os caras não tem a chave? Salve, Rodrigão.
Shit! I could go for something to eat now.
Caramba, a gente não tem habilidade nenhuma, mano.
Damnation!
É, o cara comia a mina aqui nesse rolezinho, mal cansado. Caramba, velho.
Nesse caso aí era só isso mesmo, era só uma renda fixa com taxa zero pra margem e lá na XP pra poder ter isso com taxa zero e ter mais zero.
Bom, vamos comer aqui porque a gente tá com bastante fome.
Oh, you mutt.
Aqui o cara já deu umas informações. Ali a gente não tem. Dá uma olhada aqui.
Tell me what?
What entertainment he's got planned for the wedding?
No, but other than that, he's been babbling about the wedding non-stop.
Can't say I blame him. After all, he is marrying off his only daughter.
I get that, but I just can't listen to it anymore.
Well, it's better than listening to news about bandits running rapid round here. I'm happy to think about something normal for today.
True. So, what did Thrush tell you about it?
There's going to be a dice tournament at the wedding. And whoever wins, home will back.
Ah, é. Vamos ver se a gente consegue sentar aqui e ler um livro.
You have a kind master, eh, doggy?
What kind of pig was sitting here? It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
Did you hear about what happened at the big wheel?
At the mill? What then? That's the one. I've been up to his mischief again.
Vamos ver se tem alguém lá.
Fuck me.
Negócio do cavalo.
God bless.
Ou se o cara que morreu, matou ele e acabou. Caralho, ninguém cuidando dos cavalos do cara. matar isso aqui.
Oh gods. I wonder what their names were.
Saber dessa... Nem vou comentar isso aqui, velho.
God grant you health.
Bem. Opa, tranquilo, meu amigo. Precisando mais, tá? É, pra esposa, amigo, amiga, pai, mãe. Só você trocar uma ideia aí comigo, tá? A gente vai conversando.
What are you doing with that thing? Are you trying to shoot me? Put it away now, and I'll take you in.
Ah, essa boca.
Good, see? There's no need to be swinging a weapon around here.
Eu mato isso aqui, pai. Tá de brincadeira? Eu mato.
Get out of here.
Transformo sem pedaço de nada.
God bless you.
Shavings.
Greetings. Would you repair a few things? Let's talk about the price.
All right. Well, Great. Come back anytime, friend.
Oxe, cadê o cara?
What do you want, you yokel? Speak up or get...
I need...
Porra de forma de me tratar, seu filho do cão.
I'd like to just... Sure. Do we have it?
No. Fine. Great. I'm glad you found what you were looking for. Take care, friend. What would you like?
Show me your wares. Word about the...
Sure.
Do you accept?
Well, if you off... Fine. Pleasure doing business. Take care. What do you want? Why'd you...
I'll have a...
I hope you'll be satisfied, my friend.
Os caras é chato, hein, mano? Difícil. Qual o sentido? Como assim? Qual o objetivo? Só pra entender. Ah, família. Meu irmão usou a porra do fone e não deixou carregar. Deixa eu carregar ele aqui. Se precisar falar, eu chego perto do microfone.
Here you go. Take it.
You silly doggy.
What are you here for, friend?
I heard you could use a helping hand at the forge.
I could. My last two hands, well, they're not worth mentioning. And what with the wedding coming up, the work is piling up. Ah, what do they call you?
Henry.
I'm Radovan. You should know Henry. The blacksmithing isn't for everyone. Have you done it before?
Yeah. I basically grew up in the forge. My father was a swordsmith, and not just any. He even forged swords for the nobility.
For the nobility, eh? Well, that kind of experience will come in very handy for me indeed. As it happens, I have to forge a wedding present for young Lord Semine. A fine sword.
So you'll take me on?
Hold your horses. I'll have to try you out first. You could forge me a hunting sword as a test, so I can see if you can make a straight blade. That shouldn't give you much trouble if your father was a swordsmith, should it?
Sure thing. I can get started right away.
Great. Find some iron and get started then.
Iron?
You can't make a sword out of butter, but if you don't have your own stuff, you can get everything from the chest in my forge. Go over to the anvil and let's get started. Stop faffing about and get to work. Furnace is cold now. Give it a practice try. Some things, like swords, are too long to fit in the fire. You have to heat it up. Try poking it around for a bit. Now get the furnace nice and hot. There's a lever above you. Give it a pull. It works the bellows. What's the matter with you, Henry? Can't forge anything in a cold furnace. Temperature by the color, but you won't be able to tell when it's in the fire. You have to take it out from time to time and take a look. Try it out. See? That's exactly the straw color we want. You've got talent, lad. Now heat up the whole thing. So come over to the anvil. Try moving the sword along the anvil so you can get the hang of it.
A galera fala que tem uma musiquinha legal aqui.
Now take the hammer and try hitting it a few times. See the sparks? That's the sign of a good strike. The more sparks, the better. Also, you can hammer with different degrees of power. A stronger hit will do more, but it'll tire you out faster. Try giving it a few blows, as hard as you can, so I can see how strong you are.
I wish you a pleasant day.
That's got a nice ring to it. Of course, if it was all about hitting an anvil with a hammer, any dolt could do it. You've got to hammer the workpiece evenly. One hit next to the other. Very nice. You're doing just fine. But when I say evenly, I mean it. A sword has two sides, like a lot of other things, including myself. Turn it over and continue on the other side. Nice. Now try forging it on both sides. The closer it is to being finished, the more it will take on the shape you want. It'll cool off soon anyway. It's cooled now. You can't do it all in one go. You've got to put it back in the furnace from time to time. Sometimes you've got to go there and back all day. But it's all part of the craft. Now, get back to the forge and heat it all up again, like before. Get a move on. I'd like to get some other things done today. The whole thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil. Besides the sparks, you can tell a good strike by the sound it makes. See how it's taking on the right shape? That's how you can tell it's almost finished. Now, I've got a piece of advice for you. Hammer to a rhythm. When I hammer a piece to a beat, the work goes by easy. Sometimes I'll whistle to myself to keep the rhythm going. Some nice whistling. There you go. You've got it finished. All that's left is to temper it, and the sword will be done.
Ok.
Deixa eu colocar pra carregar um pouquinho.
The rest is just tweaking. Right. Let's have a look. Very nice work. Your father taught you the trade well.
He'd certainly be happy to hear that.
If you carry on hammering as well as you did today, you've definitely got a job here. Even so, keep in mind, it's all about making sure every strike does its job. That's why you can't let it get cold, or keep striking the same spot. If you work evenly, each strike falling right next to the last one, you can't go wrong. Got that? Or is there something else you want to ask about?
What good does it do me to whistle while I work?
It makes you work to a rhythm. You won't get tired so quickly, and the iron feels it.
Thanks. That's all I need to know.
You can sleep in the chamber by the woodshed. And there's a chest where you can keep your things. And of course, you can use the forge anytime you want. Any questions?
Where can I get my...
You can buy some essentials from... But if you want to make a fancy sword with lots of ornament, this is just a village, you know. The locals ain't after luxury.
Where exactly is my bed?
At the side of the house. There are 2 doors and a wheelbarrow between them. You go in by the rear door, next to the woodshed. And you can put your things in the chest there. Don't worry.
What now?
What do you think? You're not going to be idle. I'll find you some work to do. You're pretty good at swords, but what the locals really need is axes and horseshoes. Right. Here are some simple drawings that show what they're both supposed to. You can get down to it right...
Just like that?
Sacre, lad. I chose you because you already know a thing or two. I'm not going... You take care of these smaller jobs. Once you've made some coin and feel like being out in the open again, I'll give you... of a kind, master. Eh? Much?
Here, Mutt.
What can I do for you?
I'd like to learn something.
What is this about?
There's a couple more things I'd like to ask about smithing.
Ask away.
Thanks.
It's about those two idiot hands of mine, Venser and Franzi. They drove off with a cart full of goods towards Semine, and they never came back.
Do you want me to find them?
Just so. But more importantly, I want to know where my cart ended up, and especially the cargo. Go to Semine and find out what the bloody hell happened.
Have you any idea?
There's only... But I
Those two hands of yours...
can't tell you much. I don't think they wanted to stay here with...
Were they suspicious?
No.
What was the car...
Bugger 'em. There was some... And some... There's a good...
All right.
Go ahead.
Gladly.
Nice. And peaceful.
Não, aí não, porra. Espera.
You silly doggy.
Ez meg mi a faszom? Mi lehet ez?
Cadê a foto?
Blessings to you.
I'm looking for the Takoff blacksmith's cart. Have you seen it?
Loads of carts come past here. There's going to be a wedding, and they need supplies. Try asking Captain Gnarly. He keeps an eye on supplies. He'll probably be in the courtyard.
Thanks.
And watch yourself when you go into the courtyard.
Why?
We've got some wedding guests from Moravia. They're in pretty high spirits. It's still a while till the wedding, but them gents is already getting into the swing of things.
So I says to him, "No, father, I haven't been fornicating. I've just been loving my neighbour."
Hey! You alright there, laddie?
Oh, you should have seen him. He went as red as a cardinal's hat. Aye. Hey, servant, bring some wine.
Me? I'm not a servant.
Oh, I know. Old Serene is saving supplies for the wedding later. But you didn't need to bother your wee head about that.
Look, I'm not from here.
Oh. I didn't give a fuck what you've read. You speak our language, do you not?
Well, Yarko, seems to me this fella doesn't know how to behave toward his betters.
The old man's hired hands are lacking in manners. We'll soon fix that.
You're in for an ass kicking, you piece of shit!
Go for it, Yorko. Somebody's ass.
Back fighting!
Didn't expect that, did you?
Come on. Oh, you wee blasted!
The devil's name is fucking going on here?
What do you think's going on, Grandad? I'm teaching your people here how we do things.
Grandad?
Why, Grandad? An old captain like you probably still remember the flood.
True enough, Yurko. I am old. And I remember all sorts of things. Like you. When you were a little nipper running around here bare arse, with a ribbon in your hair, screaming out how you was Princess Sophie. Poor lad, hadn't a moment's peace from his big sisters.
What about that wine?
Who in God's name are you?
Henry. The Takoff blacksmith sent me. Radovan.
Blacksmith, eh? Then you'll have some explaining to do. Come along and never mind that fool Yurko. Young Samin's getting married, so we has to put up with his kin from Moravia.
We'll be needing a dozen geese. And I must tell Vashek to get 3 pigs ready for slaughter. And the carters will have to be sent to Yechin to get at least a peck of poppy seed for cakes. And gingerbread spices. Oh, and wine, too. It's almost all gone, what we bought only last week.
Enter!
Sorry to intrude, sir. This is Henry, blacksmith Radovan's hand.
Oh, excellent. Dorothy, leave us now. Just make sure that there's plenty of everything so long as it doesn't cost too much.
But, sir...
Not another word! Leave us! So Radovan sent you alone. Who's going to unload it all? It's a whole cartload.
Yeah, Radovan sent me, sir, but not with the goods. The thing is, he's missing his cart, along with the carter in his hands.
What? But they never came here. Are you telling me they got lost?
Well, I couldn't tell you what happened to them, sir, but it's my job to find them.
There are all sorts of vermin roaming the countryside.
Oh, no need to imagine the worst right off, gnarly. Anyway, I need the load from that cart, so saddle up your old nag and we'll ride out, Captain. I could do with a breath of fresh air. I've had it up to the eyeballs with counting geese and pies.
What about Henry here, sir?
Well, what about him?
We could use an extra pair of hands. You know how my shoulder's acting up. Yurko is shit-faced, and your son...
The older has work to do. All right, take Henry with you if you want. Just so long as he doesn't slow us down.
Thank you, sir.
So, lad, you going with us? I hope you're happy about it.
Yeah. I'll be glad to help you.
Oh, you reckon we can't manage on our own?
No, that's not how I meant it.
Take it easy, son. I'm only yanking your pizzle. So, do you know what to do? Or have you got any more questions?
No, that's all. But we should get going.
That we should. But it's getting pretty late. We need daylight for a search like that. Come back in the morning and we'll set out. If you want, stay here. You'll get a bit of grub in the kitchen and you can sleep in the barn.
Ok, muito bom. Vou pegar um pouquinho de comida ali pra mim e já volto pra concluir essa missão.
My lord?
Take my things to my chambers.
Of course. Sir.
I need my shoes repaired.
Very well. What was I thinking
Voltei. Eu tenho a impressão que aqui não é o celeiro.
I'm sorry.
Mas que aqui é a cozinha eu tenho certeza. Deixa eu encher a cara aqui.
Don't get ideas. I wasn't at my best. But I'm not gonna scrap with you again.
Não quer apanhar de novo?
You've got quite an unusual accent. Where are you from?
Can't you tell? From Znojmo in Moravia. Lovely country. All vineyards and bonny lasses.
Well, you don't like it here?
You see any vineyards and bonny lasses here? The locks are broad, all right. They didn't exactly lift your spirits, but more the other way around.
Why don't you want another fight?
Why would I want to slamash? I'm near man of violence. Tradition has been honoured already.
Is it your custom to beat up envoys who come to the courtyard?
Envoy or no, when a new bloke turns up and gives us a queer look, he gets a clout in the gob. That's fair, isn't it?
Well, no. It's not a custom where I'm from.
See? I learnt you something about Moravian ways.
What are you doing? Stop that! What are you doing with that?
Arena de combate? Cadê?
Greetings. What do you want, you yokel? Speak up or get lost.
Eduardo, eu mandei o link pra você lá no WhatsApp, você tem que pedir pra entrar, o ADM tá esperando.
I'll have a look at the wares.
Take care then, and thanks for nothing.
I'm ready to set out, sir.
All right. Stay close to us and don't go wandering off.
As you say, sir.
Where will we start searching, sir?
If they drove out of Kharkov and headed towards us, they had to pass through Troskovitz.
Right, sir. You keep up with us, son.
Did you see me walking
Troskovitz
here?
ain't far, but it seems there's fellas vanishing on the way.
Very good, Captain.
What do you think about it, Captain?
I know you told me not to jump to any conclusions, sir, but I can't help myself. Someone's running rampant around here, sir.
I know who's running rampant. Yurko in the cellar. We're out of wine again. I knew this wedding wouldn't be cheap, but I'm bleeding like a stuck pig. And the bailiff, the bride's father, you'd get more blood out of a stone than coin out of him. And then he behaves like I shit golden eggs just because I'm a noble. Even though he's got more coin than me.
Such are the times, sir. But that Yurko, he's going too far.
You know how those Moravians are. It's in his blood.
Aye, I noticed. But they're getting too much to handle. Him and his cronies. They started on young Henry, soon as he set foot on the courtyard.
What? Is that true, Henry?
It was nothing. Just a bit of a friendly brawl. They clearly had a skinful. I can understand it.
Well, I've sure as hell got no understanding for it. I hope they didn't hurt you.
Young Henry here gave Yurko a nice hammering.
Oh, that's no surprise. The fella can hardly stand upright most of the time.
You'd have to get up early to catch them sober. But they wasn't that drunk as to give Henry an easy fight.
Look here, lad. If you're such a champion, I'm sure you'd accept the challenge of an old man like myself.
It would be an honor, sir.
Excellent. Not afraid, eh? That's what I like to see. There's an abandoned pen along the path a bit. We'll stop off there and see what you're made of.
All right, sir. If you'll excuse me, I'll explain some things to the youngster here first. Wouldn't want no accidents happening.
O velhão tá tirando?
So, we're here. Gnarly, tell the youngster here what's what.
All right, son. You're going to fight Lord Sameen. It'll be an honorable fight, so you better act accordingly. Hold on, Mo. I'll give you some gear for it.
What weapon will you give me?
What would you like?
Sword?
Don't get ahead of yourself, laddie. A sword belongs in noble hands. You can have my cudgel. It might be just a stick, but it's my stick, so careful with it.
Thank you, Captain.
Save the thanks, and get your arse into the pen.
So, young'un, are you ready?
All right, let's do it.
What do you say, son?
You really gave me the runaround.
I'm no spring chicken, but I'm as spry as ever.
That's true. And you handled this too, sir. Anyways, you can keep that old junk, Henry. Even my cudgel. But take care of the old fella. He might be just a piece of wood, but he's saved my arse more than once.
I will, Captain.
So, young'un, are you ready?
All right, let's do it.
Show your stuff. Take that.
Sai, porra! Caralho, velho.
What's the matter? Surely you're not afraid of... So, young'un, are you ready?
All right, let's do it.
Wanker.
What do you say, son?
Cara, só pode estar de sacanagem comigo.
So, young'un, are you ready?
All right, let's do it.
Corver, I'm wounded. Too slow. Too slow. Wanker. Right between the eyes.
What do you say?
Ai, que velho desgraçado, velho. Não cai, mano.
So, young'un, are you ready?
All right, let's do it.
Fucking hell.
I'm all yours!
Não cai, velho.
Wanker.
Henry, come here. I want to tell you something.
Oh, that's a lot of blood.
Henry, come here.
This should stop
I want
it.
to tell you something. What do you say, son?
You really gave me the runaround.
I'm no spring chicken, but I'm as spry as ever.
God's truth, sir. You didn't disgrace yourself, but I can see the young un has spirit. Anyways, you can keep that old junk, Henry. Even my cudgel. But take care of the old fella. He might be just a piece of wood, but he saved my arse more than once.
I will, Captain.
And since you won, I've got something else for you as well. My shield.
Isn't that a bit too much, Gnarly?
Sir, my left shoulder's fucked anyway. I can't carry no shield.
True enough.
Thank you.
Ok, interessante. Eu sabia que ganhava uma coisinha a mais se a gente ganhasse.
Fair enough.
Eu sabia que ganhava alguma coisinha a mais se a gente ganhasse.
Ah, I needed that. It's good to stretch the limbs every now and again. And you're pretty handy, youngster. You should come to the courtyard, and Gnarly here will give you a good education in the art of the sword.
I call it the art of not getting skewered as soon as you step foot outside the village. But do come, Henry. We've got a nice arena in Sameen. It ain't no abandoned pig pen.
You can't always choose your battleground, Gnarly. Whether it's a pig pen or an arena in Karlstein. It's the performance that counts. And while we're on the subject, where are you from, lad? It's clear you're not from Trotsky.
I'm from Silver Scallops, sir.
Aha! Now I understand why you're here. You're not the first one to flee here from the war.
I don't flee from a fight, sir. I have work here, and a lot of scores to settle.
You want to get revenge for what happened back home? That usually doesn't end well. You'd be better advised to find yourself a well-built girl, build a cottage, and visit the church and the tavern in turn. There's no helping the dead anyway.
That's nice advice, sir. Only women will tie you down, lad. Better to go and see a bit of the world. You're doing the right thing. So, we're in Troskowitz. What now, sir? Should I go to the bailiff and ask if he might have seen someone?
Well, that makes sense. But the young fella here should do it. If the bailiff sees you, he'll guess I'm in the village and come and bother me. And I'm really not in the mood today for any bombardment of complaints.
I understand, sir. All right, Henry. Run along to the rat house and inquire about that wagon.
And Henry, not a word about me. Are we clear?
As you wish, sir.
Christ, what a day.
Greetings to you.
Aqui.
I apologize.
Greetings, lad. What brings you here?
I need to ask you about something. I found some peculiar armor. It looks like it belonged to some Brunswick, so I thought that maybe the scribe might know who that is.
Brunswigs? Are you sure?
Absolutely. So far I haven't found much, but it's clear now that this is no piece of scrap metal.
But that's not possible. Could it have been more than a legend?
What legend?
It's hard to explain. There are actually 2 legends, or even 3. Well, it doesn't really matter. In short, they say the armor of ancient Bohemian Prince Brunswick is hidden here, waiting for some valiant knight to find it. Of course, I never really believed it, but it looks like this time the children's fairy tale is true.
Who exactly was this Brunswick?
You don't know, lad? Educate yourself. Brunswick was a famous Czech prince who won the lion for our country's coat of arms.
Really? How is it that I've never heard of him?
Perhaps because he never Prince Vladislav II got the lion for our coat of arms. For help.
But you just said that...
Brunswick is just a legend.
Could you...
Well, Brunswick was a valiant Bohemian prince, so he decided to head out.
A man after...
You may think so, but her name was Ludmilla. And still, he loved her very much, so he took her ring. But if he failed to return...
Nice story, but...
After some time on the road, the prince
Well,
smart. Brunswick, and from that, except his wife, and at the wedding for Brunswick, that is. Not so for...
Where did Brunswick's...
It is said that George the Lion of Vort, this George, spent a lot of time with King
I think I get the...
And it is said that, as a reward, Wenceslas gave young Vartan only specifically, of course, the king wanted his armor back. It looked like
Chenyet was...
Because of building his castle.
Well, if...
Lord it's said, or...
And you don't have...
That is difficult, lad, I'd say. But there's Sir Chen. Do you want...
And how did that...
Wait, I've got it. Take your pass through the Hall of Forest Kings between...
The Crone and the Maiden towards midnight. We've got east... Bloody hell! I think I...
Really? Well, seems you've got something between your ears then, lad. And you know what? I've got something else for you. Sir George, who previously owned the armor, wanted to have a nice poleaxe made in Prague, too. But he died of the plague. I'm not too certain about Brunswick and his armor, but this is certainly true, because I have a copy here. Take it, as a keepsake. And now, go.
What will it be? I'll have a look at the wares.
Take care then, and thanks for nothing.
Master Bailiff, can I ask you about something?
Ask away, by all means. Wait now, aren't you that lad who's helping Radovan in the forge?
Yeah, that's me.
I heard his hired hands went missing.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm here.
Ah, I was thinking they were driving awful fast with that cart.
You saw them?
I did, a few days back. They raced through the village in the early evening so fast, they were dropping sacks of charcoal.
Where were they headed?
Towards the east, to Apollonia on the road to Yichin. And you're looking for them?
I am indeed.
I'm glad to hear it. I heard there were goods for Semine on that cart, and I can do without that kind of trouble now. On account of the wedding, you know?
That'll be all. Thanks.
Yes, I can.
Well then, young man, how did it go?
They were spotted here, sir. Going to the east, towards Apollonia.
So to Yichin? The bastards! And what about my goods?
Oh, they were driving so fast, it was falling off the cart.
The thieving scum. Let's hurry. To Yichin.
Sir, I can send a message to the Yichin captain of the guard.
Oh, it'll take too long. We'll go and get them ourselves.
Missing preparations for the wedding at home, sir.
I will. Praise the Lord Jesus Christ. If I have to choose between riding to Yichin and listening to Dorothy's endless passing, and you sing Baby Flush any time. Besides, there's a nice inn along the way, the Three Cats. We can spend the night there.
I remember that place, but I'm not sure, sir, if they'll let the two of us set foot inside the door.
Oh, gnarly, that was 15 summers ago. God knows if the place is even still standing.
True. Still, we'd better keep our eyes peeled. They might not have gone to Yichin. They could have turned off somewhere. Or something could have happened. They might have been ambushed, maybe.
Stop fooling around on that horse!
I'll bet my brains they weren't ambushed. More likely we'll find them boozing at the Three Cats.
That'd surely be the best outcome, if that old dive is still standing. Let's go, then.
É só você escorrer então, pai. Pensei que esse cara tava com pressa, esse cara tá indo a 1 por hora.
So, St. Anthony, which way now?
While you're praying to the patron saint of lost things, go and have a look along the road, Gnarly. And you, Henry, have a look to the left.
All right, sir. But don't forget, my eyesight ain't what it used to be.
Well, that's what we have the youngster for, isn't it? Off you go.
A sack of charcoal? That could have fallen off the cart.
You found anything, lad?
There's a sack of charcoal lying in the ditch to the left of the road. The bailiff said they were driving like the devil, so maybe it fell from the cart.
Oh, that makes sense. To the left it is, then. Gnarly! Back here!
We're getting close. I can feel it in my bones, sir. You'll have the car back in no time.
I just hope we find the horses, too.
Cavalo do
Carmilka
Rotinho.
here ain't the youngest, and I wouldn't want to drag it back home myself.
A nobleman in harness. We ain't ever had such a spectacle in these parts.
You might get to see it soon enough. The lords in this country have all gone to the dogs. Every lowborn with a bit of coin builds a house in Kuttenberg while we live in squalor. Why do you reckon that is, lad?
That's a tough question, sir. But nothing happens on God's green earth without his will. If that's the way God wants it, there's nothing you can do.
None of this would be happening if we had a king. And I mean a real one, not Wenceslas or Sigismund. Oh, anywhere that's not ruled by a strong hand, all sorts of things go wrong.
Especially when you've got Moravian relatives eating you out of house and home.
Oh, hold up. This is strange. I don't see any cart tracks. What do you reckon, Gnarly?
I'm blind as a mole, sir. But it's all peculiar, right enough. Where the hell could that cart have vanished to?
Well, that's just it. They had nowhere to turn off.
I'll look up the road a bit. And you, Henry, have a look back along the road. Maybe it fell in a ditch somewhere. Who knows?
Very well, sir.
Eduardo, tudo bem? Cara, você entrou lá.
truck. Here, Mutt.
Why? Some people might like it. I don't know who'd like that. And did they do something?
What the fuck do you imagine they'd do? Light up in the dark?
Leave him be, Hamza. You're right. They did something. They rolled around and gave off sparks.
Aye, sparks.
You two are arseholes.
Look at those fangs.
Do it!
Hey, I need a hand here.
He's done for. This one is still there.
I need a bandage, quick.
There. That's better. Oh, this day took it out of me, and no mistake.
And it ain't over yet, sir. Your goods ain't here. And none of them bastards look like the blacksmith's hands. Am I right, Henry?
Hard to say. I've never actually seen them. But I don't think it was them.
Me neither. But right past that peak is another good camping spot.
You think this was a patrol?
It makes sense. But I don't want to go assuming the worst. We might have just run into them bandits by chance.
Yeah, well, you were right, as always. Let's go, then. Are you ready, Henry?
I am. Let's go.
I thought we had everything clear, Venser. You tried to fuck with me, so until we ride out, you're gonna stick right there and keep your mouth shut.
We did everything you asked. We got the blacksmith cart and the goods.
Horse shit. You tried to fuck me. That bastard cousin of yours owned up to it.
It was his idea. I wanted nothing to do with it.
It makes no difference to me, Venser. You vouched for the crooked fucker. So now, it's on you. Actually, you could consider yourself lucky. If you hadn't saved my ass that time in Colleen, I'd have goat ear skin you alive.
Bastards. You can't trust anyone in these parts. Get ready, Gnarly. We are going to parley.
Like that time with the Shani, sir?
Yes, exactly.
Only there was more of us that time, and less of them.
Oh, don't worry, there won't be a problem. They're just common thieves. Besides, I'll take young Henry with me.
What, me?
And if they're still feeling brave, you get to try out that new plaything of yours.
Ahem, gentlemen, I'm obliged to you for looking after my goods, but I'll take them back now. Just hand them over, and I'll let you go.
Oh, you must be from Samin, sir. Well, of course you can have everything back. Just as long as you ask nicely, eh? Well, how about we do things differently? You lay down your weapons, and we can all have a nice little chat. I mean, I don't intend to go murdering local lords. I just want your coin.
That's very noble of you, sir.
What are you gaping at? At them!
At them! For an arse kicking, you piece of shit!
Fucking hell! Come on, then! Come on!
Scum!
I'll kill you for...
There's more of them!
Not tough enough
We'll
on your
finish
own.
this quicker. That
You
is
should have fucking stayed out of it. Nice hit.
They got what they deserved, the fuckers. Henry! Hey, Henry! Are you listening?
Come here!
I'm a nobleman. You have to spare me.
Oh, do be quiet. We'll decide what to do with you later. Henry, do you hear? That's your family.
Fallen on hard times.
What now? One of them bastards fled into the rocks. Chase him down and bring him back.
Did you see which way he went?
No, I had other things on my hands. Besides, you're the one who's supposed to keep watch.
I'll go and track him then.
Great. Hurry.
Sir. You don't want bad things said about your family.
Crows can't talk.
You never know. Word always gets around. People are already saying stuff about you. They never expected you to let your son marry a villager.
Crushes the bailiff.
Bailiff or not, his family's common as mud. And then there's the talk about money. They say you're hard up, sir.
You really do want to hang, don't you?
I'm just telling you what people are saying.
I won't get far like this.
I've got you now, Venser. You've nowhere to run to. Yield.
Well, why the fuck would I? It's just you against me. Besides, if I do yield, it's the rope for me anyway.
One-on-one, yeah. But it must be clear to you that you're no match for me. Even if the noose is waiting for you, it's still a more pleasant death than getting your head smashed in with a rock. And believe me, I'll do it if there's no other way.
Fuck! All right, I'll come with you. But you'll put a word in for me.
I might. As long as you don't try anything.
Promise me.
I won't promise you anything. Now, come on. I've got a prisoner for you, sir.
Excellent. It all worked out quite well in the end. Gnarly will take care of this scum.
What about Gules?
He caught a few good hits, but he's alive. We'll take him with us. I need to have a strong word with him. You did a good job, youngster. You've got heart. And so you don't say I had you clambering over these rocks for nothing. Here's something for you.
Thank you, sir.
Don't thank me, you deserved it. And now, let's get that accursed cart back to Sameen. Want a ride? We'll go via Troskovitz. We can drop you off there, and you won't have far to Tarkov. You ought to report back to Radovan as soon as possible about what happened with his hands.
Could you wait a while? I'd better just check that I have...
All right, but make it quick. I was happy to get out of Sameen for a while, but now...
I didn't want to nick the car, honest.
Muito estranho, hein, mano.
Is that offer of a ride still open?
Sure, if you want.
A ride would be great. My legs are sore.
Wait until you're my age. Well, let's get going.
I didn't do nothing wrong, I swear. It's old Vence's fault. It was him who said we'll sell the car to Gills.
It weren't like that at all. We shook on it. But on the way, you had the...
We keep it.
What? That ain't true.
Leave it out, you two. One way or another, you wanted to fuck me up. Doesn't matter whose idea it was.
We didn't want to steal it. Well, Vence did. I didn't know what was going to happen.
I didn't want nothing.
Opa, pode sim. Eu vou passar o grupo do WhatsApp pra você já entrar. Aí lá eu te mando o link da comunidade, tá? Aí você faz eu vou mandar o Pix, você faz o pagamento, manda o comprovante que eu já aceito você na comunidade.
I got mixed up in this by mistake.
Stop arguing, or I'll unhitch the car and let the horses drag you the rest of the way. Boa. Já recebi aqui já. Pode pedir pra poder entrar lá no grupo do WhatsApp que eu vou mandar o link pra você, tá?
God bless. Good doggy, good boy.
Muito bom. Opa, ganha mais um nível. Deixe-me ver. Tem umas coisas pra gente poder vender. Ricardo, aceita mais um, por favor.
Das war ein gutes Geschäft. Auf Wiedersehen. Wie geht's, mein Freund? Schön. Du wirst sicher zufrieden sein. Bis bald.
Hola, boludo.
Thank you and take care.
Já falei pro ADM aceitar você, aí só aguarda um pouquinho, já já ele aceita, tá? Caramba, o carinha correndo desse jeito aqui, fica até suave, mano. Nem precisa tanto de cavalo. Olha isso. O carinha tá arregaçando de correr, mano. Eu não quero jogar fora Quanto que a gente tem de dinheiro? 500, mano. A gente tem bastante agora. Não quero jogar fora as coisinhas.
Fucking steel.
So, job done. The cart was found and driven to Lord Semin's courtyard.
Whew. That's a relief. And what happened to that pair of idiots?
It turned out they tried to rob you.
Oh. They did they?
Aye. They plotted with some robber baron called Gules and brought the cart to him.
The bastards. I should have realized they were a bit too keen on work. And how did you get the cart back?
Well, I went to Semin, and they were wondering there too where the wagon got to. So we rode out to look for it. Me, Lord Semin, and his captain, Gnarly.
Well, God's nails. And the three of you tracked them down? The whole band?
That's right. They were hiding in Apollonia, along with the carts and the goods.
Indeed. Where else? The bastards. And what about my hands?
I'm not sure. Lord Semin took them and Gules to his courtyard. We'll see how he deals with them.
I'd know what to do with them.
Don't worry. I don't think Lord Semin will let them off lightly.
Anyway, the main thing is the cart turned up. I'd be in a right mess if it didn't.
No doubt.
And you've earned a reward for your trouble. I've got just the thing for you. Some mercenary once had his cuirass repaired here, but never came back for it. Who knows what happened to him? So now it's yours. It's been through a bit, but it'll still serve for a while.
Thanks. It'll come in handy. And have you got another job for me?
Young Lord Semin's wedding is coming up, and it's got my head spinning. Look, you must have seen Agnes, the bailiff's daughter, when you were in Truscovitz. What do you think of her?
Well, young Semin is marrying her, isn't he? Why would I have my eye on her?
Don't pretend. A statue of a saint would have his eye on her. Looks ain't everything, though. She's got such a sharp tongue on her. I almost feel sorry for young Semin. And how about you, lad? Have you got some lass waiting in Sasau?
Yeah. And I hope she'll wait. Her name's Teresa. Her uncle owns a mill on the river in Ratai.
A girl from the mill? You want to watch out for them types. You might get caught up in devilry, lad. A wedding's a serious business. You're not just getting a bride, but a whole family. So you have to show them you're a man who's worth it. All the more so when you're noble born. Old Semin wants a special sword forged for his son's wedding present.
Excellent. So what are we waiting for? Should we get to work?
Hold your horses. It can't be any old steel. This has to be a first-class job.
A blade of first-class steel?
That's right. And that's just the problem.
Ah, I see. We don't have any welded steel for that kind of sword, do we?
God's nails. You really know your stuff, youngster. And you're right. We don't have to steal for a strong sword that won't break.
I'd like to know where you're going to get your hands on some welded steel.
Relax, lad. I've got it all figured out, as it happens. There's this old hermit called Ambrose, living in Apollonia.
And he can pray for us?
God's nails, let me finish talking. The word is, he was fighting heathens years ago in faraway Andalusia, and folks say they saw this interesting broken sword in his hut. From the description, it seems our peculiar hermit has a real Toledo blade.
Welded Spanish steel? There's nothing better for a sword.
See now? You do understand. But there's a catch.
Naturally.
They say that Ambrose the Hermit has changed a lot recently. People from far and wide used to go to him for remedies and blessings. But now he won't see no one. I even heard he made a pact with the devil. And there have been other strange goings-on.
What strange goings-on?
I heard something in the tavern about some apparition. But that's all I know.
Right. I'll try to find out more about the hermit's sword. But in return, you'll get me invited to Semin's wedding.
If it means so much to you, why not? Come and see Betty from the Troskovitz Tavern. She knows all the gossip. She'll definitely tell you more about the hermit. But Henry, if there's any truth in that pact with the devil, don't get caught up in it. The best sword in the world isn't worth eternal damnation. Where are pliers?
Ok. Precisa de uma espada melhor.
Greetings to you.
Galera, eu vou ficando por aqui. Quero agradecer a todos. Talvez mais tarde a gente volte. GGWP. Até mais. Fui.